Say start recording. There it is. Okay, so you said you're going to open the door for Ben.
Yeah, well, I want to like call out to him and see, announce that we're there, who we are, and that we're here to help him.
Okay, you hear him from the other side of his door. He goes, "Are you guys here to save me?"
Yeah, Ben, are you all right in there?
He opens the door, like it kind of fumbles open, and you see in one hand he's holding a snub-nosed 38, and in the other the chintziest looking samurai sword you've ever across. Behind you see a computer screen on. It looks like it's kind of like frozen in some kind of video game. Hasn't really gone anywhere. And he looks over at the guy who was attacking him, and he says, "Josh, you motherfucker!" And he runs over and kicks Josh in the head, and pretty much just cold cocking Josh, knocks him out, just knocks him out cold.
Is this a roommate of yours, Ben?
He's like, "Yeah, the dude. I don't know what happened. Like the power went out or something. Like the game just kind of locked up, and I couldn't get on my phone and like check up on anything. And then I start hearing him kind of messing about in here, and like." I don't know. Like it looked like he like cut his hand open and was just smearing it everywhere. And then the fucker attacked me.
Okay. Are you okay though?
He starts like looking on his hand. He's like, "Yeah, I think so. I don't think he bit me or anything."
Okay.
Can I investigate the unconscious Josh?
Yeah, sure.
You just roll my investigation with.
You would roll your. We'll say intelligence and investigation.
Can
What's that?
Beth assist?
I didn't hear you. Something loud. I didn't hear what you said, Chris.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking to someone else. Your intelligence and your investigation.
Oh, all right. So that's going to be 7.
Okay.
1. 2 successes.
Okay. He, for all intents and purposes, looks human. He's still alive, but like I mean, he's just knocked out completely cold. What really were you investigating to look for? Just kind of to check out his situation.
I mean, you kind of described him as like kind of messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are his wounds self-inflicted? Like.
Oh, I get what you're saying now. Yeah, you would say.
Yeah,
you would say that the wounds look self-inflicted. The gash on his hand, that looks almost like fingernail gouges. But his fingernails are, for the most part, kind of like, not all of them, but most of them are just kind of peeled off or just kind of hanging in weird ways at this point.
Good.
As I stand back up from examining him, I just turn to everyone and say, "I believe we should tie this gentleman up."
That's exactly what I was just thinking. So I'm going to look around for anything that I can use for a lashing. Cord, rope, twine, saran wrap. Literally saran wrap.
Ben, did you hear any gunshots a little while ago?
He said, "I think so," but I thought it was. I thought it was something in our game, man. He's like, that was pretty much right before the power went out. Now that I think on it.
Have you used this revolver at all since you really started attacking, or?
He says, "No, I haven't shot anything yet." He says as he's just kind of like brandishing it around, kind of. He clearly doesn't know what
Ben. Down, buddy.
He's like, "What?"
I just cover Bassett.
He's clearly pointing it at you as you're talking, like kind of absent-handed. He's like, "What?"
Your daddy never teach you firearm safety?
He's like, "No, it's perfectly fine, man."
Can I use my socialized bro to try to talk him out of waving this fucking gun around?
Yeah.
Sure. We're going to say that will be like. Ben really doesn't know gun safety. We're going to say that's going to be at a -3 modifier.
Jesus.
The second, so.
Shit.
Is it an attribute plus the skill, or?
Yeah, we're going to say
manipulation.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, that's still. Okay, I still have 3. So, all right, let's do. I got a 9. Okay, so I have 1 success.
Okay. He goes, okay, so what do you say to him?
There's friendly fire is a thing in realsies, and I know that sometimes it's not in games and stuff. So let's keep that in mind, because if you shoot one of us, so we can't help you get out of the spooky shit. So how's about maybe we cool it with the waving guns around? Okay, bruh?
He kind of looks down at the gun, but it's kind of down the barrel.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, but this kind of thing where it's like his face lights up because suddenly he realizes, oh shit, and he just kind of points it away and throws it on the ground, and
Thank
it
you.
discharges. Pow!
Jesus fucking Christ!
Dude! Oh god.
He looks shocked, and he looks over and he just goes, "Oh shit!"
I immediately grabbed the gun. Immediately grabbed the gun off the ground.
You grab the gun, but
Peter has not said a word, but he is just pale.
And yeah, Josh has a bullet wound in his head now.
Probably for the better, honestly.
I mean, now we don't have to find cords, so that's nice. But fucking God. You're still a dude.
No, I appreciate the poetic irony of this. We don't.
Yeah, you know what's wrong with him.
Ben is terrified. He is as pale as Peter is right now. He just goes, "Oh!" He's like, "Did I just kill a man?"
Yes, you did,
That's usually
Ben.
what a
Ben,
bullet through a head does, Ben. Yes, you did.
Yes.
He's pretty shaken. He walks up. He starts walking up to Josh. Kind of not knowing what to do. And he's just completely taken aback. And he gets down on the ground and just pretty much looks down at Josh. And like Josh just sitting there, like eyes rolled in the back of his head, his mouth open. And you notice a very faint green mist issues forth and swirls around Josh for a moment before shooting straight into Ben's mouth. He staggers back into the kitchen and begins coughing, just really heavy, just really painful, wet, raspy noises. And he looks up, and his eyes are clouded cataracts.
Can I?
He screams and launches himself at you specifically, Beryl.
No!
But he slips on the blood in the kitchen floor. He falls and cracks his head on the counter.
I still want to cash in my spook and just try to run the fuck away.
You are out the door.
Okay.
Yeah, Peter's right.
We'll get back to you, and we'll get back to you in a moment.
Right.
The rest of you, you see he's unconscious, and the green mist seeps out of his mouth and just kind of fades away.
I'll go up to him and try to see if he's okay. Ben, are you all right? Slap in his face a little bit.
He's knocked out cold. But Josh not so much. Josh is gone.
But Ben has a pulse.
Ben has a pulse.
Probably for the better that he's out of our hair now, all things considered.
But he was still a man. That green mist could have just left his mouth, but now it's not in Ben's mouth. But we got to take Ben with us. We have to.
The job interview thus far has been this idiot waving a gun around and then shooting his unconscious buddy in the head. We're already dealing with sizable odds right now without having this moron be with us.
Moron, but still a person.
Yeah, but I understand where you're coming from with this, but I'm afraid I have to agree with this gentleman beside me here. He's going to be a liability, and if I remember what you said in my apartment, we thought we were going after your father.
And I still care about my father, but what is it to just leave an innocent, helpless? He's a literally helpless man by himself.
Well, we can take him back to his bedroom, put him on his bed, make sure the door is closed and as secure as we can get it. And I got to be honest with you, if we're going to find any headway here, I feel like we need to go to that other stairwell.
Agreed. Less is more right now. And if you're worried about him being helpless, Jeb, he's got his, Smoky Mountain Knife Works katana, and leave the revolver with him, too, if you feel bad about him being...
Mr. Lawman, you drop the sass, all right?
The blade's inscribed with Christopher Lambert's insignia. It's an authentic,
But it's spelled wrong. It's Lambert.
Yeah, it's French.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so I want to do. Can I do an investigation, just initial investigation of the actual apartment to see if there are any like other weapons lying around or anything else of interest?
Okay, yeah. Roll, intelligence and investigation.
Okay, so that'll be 6 dice.
Sorry, y'all.
And that being said, it is a cluttered mess, so we'll say -2.
Oh,
And while he's investigating,
-2. Okay.
I'd like to go out the hall with Beryl.
Okay, you can go out there, and Beryl is nowhere to be seen.
3 8s. 3 8s.
You outside of like just really chintzy stuff you're going to find at a mall kiosk, like Christopher Lambert autographed samurai swords. Pretty much the only thing you do find is the snub nose 38, but it's still got some rounds in it.
Did Jake have that?
Yeah, because I was going to I grabbed it as soon as he dropped it, trying to get it away from him.
Okay, we'll say, that's the case. We'll say kitchen knives. Like they do got some pretty sturdy kitchen knives.
All right, I'll just say there's like a cleaver lying on the counter. I'll grab that.
Okay, yeah. We will, and if you want any of the stats on that, I'll throw them your way when we in between sessions.
Okay.
But yeah, Peter, you step out in the hallway, and Beryl is nowhere to be seen. And
where did Beryl go?
You didn't hear like the opening of the door, like Ben's room is right next to the other stairwell, and you didn't hear that open. It's not propped open or anything. That being said, we're going to zap over to Beryl. You did enter a stairwell, though you're not really sure if you entered the one that was closest to Ben's or the furthest one. You just kind of ran into just a fear-induced panic.
Okay.
That being said, you're in a stairwell. Where do you go from this point? If you come back to reason, are you still going to try and retreat? And because you're acting on your cowardice, I am going to give you back a point of your willpower.
All right. I was probably I think instinctively try to go up to the 3rd floor, try to go to my fucking apartment, just sort of hole up there. That seems like the smart move in my panicked, soaked brain.
Okay, so when you open the door, you see at the far end of the hall, you see someone working. A maid in an extremely old-fashioned uniform is dusting the frames of paintings hung on the wall. She seems to be ignoring you entirely.
I'm not gonna fuck with this. This shit seems too creepy. No, thank you.
You are going to have to walk past her to get to your apartment, though.
I'm just gonna play it as cool as possible with the possible weird ghost shit or whatever this is.
Okay, cool, weird ghost shit. Okay, so we're going to have to roll. We will say you can roll either dexterity and stealth or composure and stealth.
Well, they're the same fucking roll. So. Okay. Nope. No success.
Okay. Well, as you're going past her, you do notice that she is slightly translucent, and you notice that the portraits on the wall are also slightly translucent, like they're not really supposed to be there. They all seem to share similar qualities. You'd say they're probably of the same family. And one of the portraits, the largest, depicts a pair of men, one seated, the other standing with his hands upon the chair's back. Both men look familiar, one more than the other. Upon closer inspection, the maid's skin seems to darken and wither into burned flesh. As you watch, her uniform smolders and starts to smoke. The portraits also start to burn with unseen flame, and the canvas stretching taut as it is consumed by the spectral heat that turned to ash. The maid turns and looks, not at you, but through you. She seems to be pleading, begging for release.
I can't. All right. I'm once again run away. let me. I can't do anything about this shit. Let me get in my apartment. Can I run through her? I don't care. I just need to get out of here.
Yeah, you would be at apartment 3D.
Okay.
That was unintentional by my part. Back to the other three.
I kind of poke my head back in. Gentlemen, the young lady's not in the hallway.
Oh,
Where'd
okay.
Beryl go?
I don't see her, and I didn't hear any doors.
Oh, jeez.
Well, she can't go down. She can go into another apartment. She can go up.
Does anyone know where she lives?
She lives one floor up, I believe.
Let's say if you guys want to test to see if you're familiar with where she lives, just roll just a base intelligence roll.
I definitely wouldn't, so I'm gonna stay out of this.
Intelligence and socialize, we'll say.
Oh,
Okay, let's see.
With a +2 because you guys do have a regular game night with her.
+2.
2 successes.
2 successes as well.
Okay, yeah, you guys remember that? Yeah, she's absolutely on room 3D. You remember, and then you're like, oh, 3D, like the movies.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, she was a 3D, so it was one floor up. That's all.
Well, I guess my question is, how'd she get up to her floor potentially? Do you think we should check this hallway?
Well, it's got to be a stairwell just outside. I mean, regardless, I'm going to my room, which is also on the 3rd floor, Chase.
Also on the 3rd floor. We don't know where, though.
Okay.
Let me make sure that I don't get any particular stuff checked off. You're going to live in 3F.
Okay.
And Jacob, you're going to live in 3P.
3P. All right.
Well, we down this way with the intention of looking at this stairwell, so I'd say it's time to sally forth, gentlemen.
Would y'all care to give me a hand with good old Ben right here? I was going to at least try to get him to my dad. My dad could watch him. I mean, at least, so he's not alone when he wakes up. And I mean, that'd just be horrible if he just by himself when he wakes up. He just killed his roommate. Will y'all give me a hand to help me carry him up the stairs? I mean, it's 1 flight of stairs. My dad will be up there. He'll babysit him. I mean,
I say no on this.
You gotta be kidding me.
Listen, man, I'm all about helping your father. I absolutely think we should stay on point with that. But that we don't need to make this like a wagon train at this point. All right, this is his environment. If we lock the door behind him, it's probably the best we can do for him, given the circumstances right now. We don't even know what's on the 3rd floor at this point.
Oh, fucking townies. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the Ben and try to pick him up myself. Is Ben a big boy?
No, his roommate was a big boy. Ben is he's a pretty scrawny fella. That being said, I mean, it's if you are to run into anything, there is going to be some kind of you kind of feel in your bones that if this were some kind of game, you would feel some kind of penalty.
I understand those as a player, as Jeb. And pick them up. The metaphorical burden, actual literal burden. I'm going to try to pick Ben up and
RPing so hard right now.
Carry him this way.
You could easily enough firemen carry him though.
Okay, all right. So I pick Ben up, fireman carry him to the stairwell by myself.
All right, so I guess you guys are going to the stairwell immediately outside Ben's door.
Yeah.
Okay. As you head there, you do notice that in room 2H, you do hear some music playing, and the door seems open.
Well, that's a trap.
Yeah, last time I walked through a door, it turned out really badly. So can we please just go upstairs?
Yeah, I have to agree. I think we just need to get to the stairwell.
I don't hear anyone crying for help, so I feel no obligation.
Wait. Case?
Yes.
Is the song The Electric Slide?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
it's guys, I have to.
And you need to leave very quick.
No, it's perfectly safe. You hear like a little girl chanting nursery rhymes in there. It's great. Totally safe.
Absolutely.
You don't hear
that.
Yeah, yo, let's not investigate the music. It's someone probably just left a record playing or something. Let's move on.
All right, so you guys sally forth to the stairwell. Pretty much the same as the other one. The first floor, darkness. Up above it, there doesn't seem to be anything obstructing it. And when you go up the stairwell, which for poor old Jeb carrying an extra person's worth of weight, not as easy. But you get to the door and you throw it open. And we will continue next week.
No! Damn it.
A second, I'm going to stop recording.